Well, I just stumbled upon this leaderboard from Artificial Analysis, which is a respectable resource if you want to see the comparison between some very popular AI models, including AI models for text-to-speech generation. So right here, we are in the speech arena leaderboard, and this is particularly showing the score or the ranks of some open source AI models, which means you can download and run those models on your computer. So here we got some models that can convert text into speech, and as you can see, there are many models, but one model that I would say stand out from the rest is the Kokoro model. Now, it is not ranking #1, but there is something interesting about this model. If you look closely at the pricing, it says that it's going to cost you $0.7 per 1 million characters. So if you want to use this model on some platforms, like there are many platforms that offers AI models in the cloud, and you can incorporate them into your project, for example. Basically, the cost is going to be under $1 per 1 million tokens, and that is 1 million characters. And that is just ridiculously not expensive. It's so affordable, you don't have to worry about pricing anymore. And right here, if you look at the other models in this category, you can see that #1, we got Step 1 that was released in 2026, and there's no pricing. Okay, #2, it was from Fish Audio, it was also from 2026, and the price is $15 per 1 million characters. Foxtrot TTS from Mistral, it ranks #3, and the cost is $16 per 1 million characters. And even if you scroll down a little bit, and you can see that the rest of the models are not any better. They are actually just as expensive as the top models, and yet the model with $0.7 per 1 million characters is somehow a lot better than some of these models, which is just crazy. It is beating some bigger names like OpenVoice, Microsoft, and even Nvidia. So of course, there is something interesting about this model, and mind you that it was released in 2025, and given that AI improvement is just crazy in the last few months, it still stands the test of time after almost 2 years after the release. So that's just a really insane result of this model. And because of that, because of the fact that it is requiring a very small footprint to be operated, it is a model that you can run locally on your computer, and you don't have to worry about what kind of hardware that is required to run the model. You can use Kokoro, you can run the model locally even without using a dedicated GPU. You can use a laptop that was released 5-10 years ago, and it should be just fine. And another interesting fact about Kokoro is that it has some voices that sounds eerily similar to some voices or some signature voices in ElevenLabs. One example is this one. This is from Adam, which is, I would say, the OG of ElevenLabs. So let me give you a quick preview of the generation from ElevenLabs, and then later I'll show you the version that was created by Kokoro model on my computer. So I'm going to play this.
Tomorrow is my birthday, and I can barely sleep because I know my friends have been planning a huge surprise party, and I've been counting down the hours all week.
Okay, so that's from ElevenLabs. I think ElevenLabs model are very expensive. They are like $20-30 per 1 million characters. And then we got this clone. I don't want to call it a clone. We don't even know how they made the voice to be very similar. But basically, this is the Kokoro version.
Tomorrow is my birthday, and I can barely sleep because I know my friends have been planning a huge surprise party, and I've been counting down the hours all week.
Okay, honestly, I would say ElevenLabs is still better. But again, for a model that runs without a dedicated GPU, I think it is quite decent. So if you want to run this model on your computer, then the software that I do recommend is called Voicebox. And I'm going to show you how you can use this tool, how you can generate audio or speech from text, and a few things that you need to do beforehand. So let's get into it. First, to download this tool, you can navigate to voicebox.sh. Sorry, voicebox.sh. That's the website. It is an open source tool that you can download, and you can also contribute if you want to. But yeah, you can just click the download button and then install the program normally on your computer. And after that, you might open the app, and at the beginning there is no model whatsoever. So if you want to download the model, you have to navigate to the model list. And then right here you can see that there are plenty of models. There is the model from from different labs. Basically, there are Quen models, Chatterbox, and of course there is also Kokoro, and this is the model that you want to download. So basically just click on the model and then click the download button and just wait until it finishes. As you can see, it is only about 300 megabytes, so I think the size should not be a problem. And there are some other models for other purposes, like there is also a transcription model and even language model, but those are for completely different purposes. And I have made some videos about some other features that are available in Voicebox. This tool is just really amazing. It is not merely only used for text-to-speech generation. You can also use it for transcription, and it comes with a built-in text correction. So it's just something that you can use for automatic speech recognition if you want to. But our focus today is, of course, TTS or text-to-speech. Okay, so after you have downloaded Kokoro, I do recommend to navigate to settings and then go to GPU. Now, again, the model can run without a dedicated GPU, but if you do have an NVIDIA or AMD GPU, I do recommend to still utilize the GPU because it is going to be faster. And actually, even the CPU version without GPU, it's already pretty fast. But if you want to make it even faster, then you can use your GPU. And right here, there's going to be the option where you can download the engine, the backend for the GPU, so it can run and load the model. So you need to download that, and then after that you might want to restart the app, and then you can come back to Kokoro and we can start generating the audio. Now, when you're done with everything, you can navigate to the main menu right here. So here I got some voices, but you actually have to add the voice manually, so it's not going to be available immediately. So to add a voice, you can click create voice and click built-in voice, and then select the engine to be Kokoro. And right here we got lots of different models, and they also have different accent. Like there is English from America, there's also English from Britain. So we got plenty of options from different genders, and also it is available for other languages like Mandarin, Japanese, and France, I believe. So it's quite multi-language, but it's limited. It's not like there are some voices that are very good, but only at specific language. So that is something to know. Now, let's say I want to try something. Oh, I forgot to mention here, I actually have research on Perplexity AI, and this is probably a reference that I think you can look. And there are some voices in Kokoro that sounds quite similar to ElevenLabs, and they often have the same name. Like there is Adam, Liam, there's also Bella, and yeah, they sound quite similar. Not the same, but quite similar. And if you are an ElevenLabs user and you want to find some alternative for the platform, you want to run the model locally, then I guess you can look at these tables for references. But there are also other voices that you can use that might not be available here in this screen. So you can perhaps do your own testing to see which one that sounds quite similar to your target voice. Okay, so here I will try maybe using, let me try. I want to try hard. Hard sounds very good. Where's that? I don't see hard. Oh, this one, hard for female English. Let's call this one hard. And personality, usually it doesn't really matter. I actually done some testing. It has little to no effects, but there is no harm in trying. But if you want to add some description, you can do that. But for my testing, it's not actually quite affecting the profile. Anyway, when you're done with the details of the voice, you can click create profile. and the voice will be available. So this is the name of the voice, English, and from the Kokoro model, and you can always come back and make some modification. Okay, I'm going to go back. So you have to select the voice first, and then you have to select the model to be Kokoro. And the language is, of course, I'm going to select English because it is the voice that is, sorry, the language that the voice is able to turn into audio or speech. And there is also the effects feature, but this is completely optional. It has nothing to do with the AI feature or stuff like that, so I'm not going to use it. Let me try something like, honestly, I don't know what I want to try. So let me just try maybe some examples. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Yeah, that's just one example. Okay, and by the way, I'll just show you the task manager on my computer so we can see it side by side, so you can see if it is really affecting my system whatsoever. So it is now without running the model at all. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to, click this to generate speech, and I wanted to see at the number here, at the stats on my task manager to see how much changes that happen after I'm loading and running the model. So I'm going to click this. Okay.
These don't share names with ElevenLabs voices, but rank highly in quality, and are frequently cited in community comparisons as the most premium-sounding options in Kokoro.
Yeah, so at the beginning, when you're running the model for the first time, it's going to be a bit slower because the model has to be loaded into the GPU, but after that, it should be very much instant. Now, let me try something again. I'm going to copy this. So let's try another option.
Kokoro has open weight voices with familiar names and similar styles to some ElevenLabs voices. So I tested whether they are close enough as free alternatives.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's just really quickly. It's not even 2 seconds for it to generate the whole thing. And if you look closely at the stats here, it's barely changing. It's just using maybe extra few 100 megabytes of my GPU, so it's almost nothing for my computer. It is just insanely efficient. You don't have to use the most powerful hardware to run the model. And if you want to export the audio, you can click this 3-dot icon and then click export audio. And then you can select where do you want to store that particular file. And if you have a longer project, I suppose you can use the stories feature. This is where you can see a similar experience to ElevenLabs, where you can enter multiple paragraphs, and then you can export all of them in one go. This is the place if you want to get a similar experience to the text-to-speech feature on ElevenLabs. But other than that, that's essentially how you can download and run the Kokoro model, which is a great, cheaper, and faster alternative to ElevenLabs that you can run locally on your computer. When you're done, you can close the app, or you can also just unload the model in case you want to free up some memory on your system. You can unload the model from the system memory or from the GPU, so you can use the memory for something else perhaps. So that's how you can use the Voicebox app to run the Kokoro model on your computer. So I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to see some really cool AI use cases or updates, then you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.